Welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Gonna dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Why, hey there, my fabulous listener. Welcome to episode 197 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Thank you, as always, for lending me your ears today. I know there's lots of choices out there, and I really do appreciate you making my podcast one of them. My voice might sound a little bit different today. Unfortunately, I'm suffering from the dreaded lurgy that seems to be going around at the moment. Quite a big lesson for me in having podcasts in the bank that I don't have to record when my voice is sounding a bit bleh. So please forgive me for that. Hopefully we will be back to normal next week. But if you are enjoying this podcast, and I'd love you to take a screenshot and share it on your socials and tag me, of course. I really love getting all the little DMs and the tags during the week and getting to know you, my amazing listener, a little bit more. You can, of course, find all the show notes for this podcast at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/197. Before we get started on today's episode, which is all about ways to make the most of your award, even if you didn't win. But before we get into that one, let's have a bit of a chat about last week's episode, all around pitching yourself for podcast interviews or things like that, such as going on to someone else's YouTube channel or getting an article in their magazine or writing for their online forum, anything like that. So I really hope that it helped you look outside the square with your marketing. Too many small business owners are relying on just social media. Those who are a fair bit better than that are social media and doing amazing things with email marketing, but we need to look outside the square even more than that, such as, pitching ourselves to be on other people's platforms that have the same audience as us, but perhaps aren't our competition. So I hope that last week's episode 196 helped open your marketing tactic eyes and made you think about marketing in a little bit of a different way and some things that you can do differently. But anyway, let's get on to today's episode, why I still have a voice. And it's probably only if you live under a rock that you haven't noticed that it's awards season out there in businesses. There are a load of business awards going on and loads to enter for you. I am 100% sure of that. There's big ones like Telstra all the way down to smaller niche ones such as your local awards or perhaps even your local chamber awards or your local Shire awards and things like that, which, will certainly be open either now or will be open very soon because, like I said, it's awards season. As some of you may or may not know, I have just finished hosting the Australian Rural Business Awards with my business partner, Sarah Britz, under the banner of Spend With Us, Buy From a Bush Business. So it was the first ever Australian Rural Business Awards. We invented it, we did it, we held them, and there was 14 amazing winners from that. So we know a little bit about hosting awards and entering awards for sure. I flew to Sydney and we held them virtually last week. They were, if I can blow my own trumpet a little bit, an outstanding success. And it felt just so great and so humbling and so good to be celebrating all things that were rural and regional small business. But since then, I've got a flood of emails from the winners for those who came second, those who came third, and even finalists saying, thank you so much for hosting the awards. I love that I got X, whatever that was, a win or a second or a third, or I love that I became a finalist. But what do I do with it? How can I leverage being a finalist or a winner or, coming second to help promote my business and bring in more brand awareness to my business and so forth. So I thought it would be really timely to do a podcast award. So a podcast episode to talk about just that. And so I've got 20 tips on how you can actually leverage the awards that you have entered, whether you're a winner or a finalist or just feel like a winner. There is so much you can do to leverage that to help, like I said, bring in more brand awareness into your business, and hopefully even then more sales, of course, because that's what we're actually in business to do. So before I get started on this, if you aren't applying for awards, if awards aren't in your marketing strategy, then I think you need to make the time to make it part of your marketing strategy. Seriously, if you want some credibility in your space and you want to become the go-to person in your industry, or if you simply want to up the ante on your competitors and stand out from the competitive, busy marketplace that we all belong to, then entering awards is 100% the way to go. Not only do you get to leverage yourself, your business, but honestly, most of what you'll get from applying for awards will be actually found in doing the application itself. Taking time to look back at what you've achieved, where you've come from, to where you are now, that's probably going to bring you the most joy about the whole process. In business, we rarely take time to reflect and look back at how far we've come. So if nothing else from applying for awards, you will 2000% get at least that. But let's say you do win or you are a finalist. What now? How can you leverage the crap out of it to help build your business, to get more brand awareness, more credibility, and potentially and hopefully, like I said, more sales? Because again, that's what we're in business to get. So let's start. I've got 20 of them, so we need to run through them quite quickly. My first one is, as a finalist, a winner, a runners-up, the award host will probably send you a logo or a tile or an image to use. This is your license to add that just about everywhere you can think of. Some suggestions might be your LinkedIn profile in the banner or in the awards section. On Facebook, again, in your banner, your cover photo, and in the about section. Instagram, in your bio. Twitter, in your profile. Pinterest, in your profile, in your bio. In your email signature or at the foot of your emails. Like, how many of them do you send a day? And add it to your website in the about section. On the front page, in the footer, goodness me, in the header, or even in the footer, or both. So there's so many places. Like, just think of all the different assets you have and where you can place that tile, which might say finalist or winner or runners up or whatever it might say. Make sure you leverage the words award winning, or if you've won more than one, multi-award winning business, in your bios and in your web pages. And if you have a place of business on the front window or at reception or on your door, in your out of office notice that you might have. If you can swing those words into copy, then do it. I remember one of my clients, my previous clients, they've sold the business now. They had a caravan park, and it was a multi-award winning caravan park. Do you know how much credibility they got for that? It didn't matter what award it was that they won. No one was interested in that. Mind you, side note, they were amazing awards that they did win. But just the fact that they were a multi-award winning business just elevated them, in the marketplace and gave them credibility when people were looking as to who to spend their money with, which is exactly what we want as small business owners as well. Think about the directories your business is listed in and go and change those. Use the words award-winning business. Use the graphic or the tile or the image that I mentioned before that the award host might have sent you. You might need to Google yourself or Google your business name to find all the places that might need updating. Maybe you've forgotten some of the directories that you've listed your business in. Next one, if you are clever, make a biopic in Canva with the words award winner on the actual biopic, or put the name of the award you won under your biopic as well. You can use that photo in updating just about all your bios across all your social media platforms, and you can use it on your website and in your email signature and lots of other places as well. And if you're not clever, then get someone to do it for you. Post in a Facebook group asking someone if they can help you do it and what they would charge, or go to fiverr.com and ask there. You don't have to do all these things yourself. There are people out there who can help you, and I think that it would be a really great thing for you to do, is, changing that biopic up with the words, either award-winning business or award winner, or actually putting the name of the award that you won in that bio. All right, the next one, when posting about your win on social media, don't forget to tag and congratulate the other winners, the other finalists, the other people in your category. Not only is this good to be humble, but it's also good for brand awareness to be tagging other businesses, which, might not actually sound very humble in that you are doing it probably, tagging other businesses is good for brand awareness, is good for getting your business name under some of their audience as well, and, spreading your post further and further. So I get that that's not exactly humble, but we're in business, so we need to do the things that will help us get the most out of our wins. So that's another really good thing. And also it creates conversation and, again, elevates you as the go-to person and as an expert in the field that you are competing in. My next tip is thinking about adding the win to your business cards and brochures. Now, if these things are electronic, then you get to do it straight away. That's so simple for you. You can just go in and change your business card that you have electronically, or change your brochures. But if you're printing them, then do them for the next round of printing. I'm certainly not saying, throw out all your cards and get new ones, because I just think that's a waste of trees. But certainly, do it next time you are doing. So my next one is, if you do presentations or webinars, or your work requires you to introduce yourself, make sure you add award winner to that introduction. Not only after you've won the award, but at least for a few years, or at least for months and months. And I guess this is another important part of this process is, this isn't something we just talk about, a week after we win these awards, or a week after we're a finalist in these awards. This can be leveraged for at least until the awards are given out again. You are a finalist. If the award is every 12 months, you are a finalist for that 12 months, or you are a finalist for 2022, or you are the winner for 2022, or the winner for at least 12 months. So don't think that this is just a one-off opportunity. You really do need to milk it for all it's worth. Okay, the next one is, if the host didn't supply you with a press release, then write one yourself. Most business awards will actually supply you with a press release. And if one particular one didn't, then maybe you could use the press release from a previous one to really help you with that. But getting your win into the media is a fabulous idea, and it really isn't as hard as what you think it could be. If you need help with a press release, then sing out. I'm happy to share the press releases, templates and that sort of thing that I've got, both for awards but also in general, that might just help you understand what needs to go in the press release. Because again, remembering last week we were saying, it has to be customer centric. It's not about you. It's very similar with awards. You're storytelling. It's not necessarily saying how good you are, but it's storytelling about your business rather than, let me tell you how good I am. But like I said, most awards will actually supply you with one. Simply sending even an email through to your local newspaper, local radio station, your local ABC station will probably result in some media attention, either written or spoken, such as the radio. Even if you feel nervous, do it anyway. This is about promoting how amazing your small business is. Next one, and I've got number 9 written here, but I think that's because I've said 20, but there's lots of little ones as we've gone through. So Yeah. So number 9, which is probably more like number 16. Anyway, sit down and write a blog for your website about your win. Use parts of your award-winning application to construct a blog about your business, about the ups and downs and the highs and lows and the triumphs and the not so triumphs, the challenges of business, and share it with your community. Open yourself up. Like, this comes down to a bit of human to human marketing as well. But sit down and write this blog for your website and share it with your community. Even without a blog written, write an email to your list telling them the good news and thanking them for their support for your award-winning business. Really, it's all about your community. At the end, you wouldn't be in the business you are in, and you wouldn't be amazing at the business you are in without your community that's supporting you along the way. Okay, a few more. Go live on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whichever platform you perform best on, or do them all. Share about your win and say thank you to your community who have helped you and helped your business so far. Spread these lives out over a few days. Different platform, different day. You don't have to do all of them at once, but going live again just helps with the algorithm. Again, helps with getting some brand awareness out there. And also, if you do it in a way of thank you so much community for helping me, you're actually including your community, so they're more likely to share, comment, like, and send you some amazing congratulations love. Don't forget about Facebook groups. You know how much I love Facebook groups. Share your win in Facebook groups that you belong to. Share the tile, share a little bit about what it means to you, and maybe even about some roadblocks or some of the things you've overcome in your business to inspire others, and also encourage other people to enter awards and share their wins as well. All right. Lucky last one. Use this award-winning application to apply for more awards. And use the win as a fabulous excuse to pitch yourself for podcast interviews, guest blogs, articles, and so on. You've written this application, you've become an award winner, the judges have liked what you wrote, so use it. Use it to its best advantage. Yes, for other awards you will have to tweak and you will have to, answer other questions most certainly, but this becomes a really good precedent for you. And if it all seems too much for you, too much self-promotion for you, then I've got some advice for you as well, because I know that for some this might all seem like this is all a little bit too much. This is all too much self-promotion, Jen. But you haven't, honestly, you just need to leave that feeling behind. You need to make the fact that you have won an award, or you are a finalist in the award, that you took time to fill out the application and the judges loved you. It really is something to celebrate. And so as much as you might feel that this is too much self-promoting for me, I think that you're probably only thinking that because you think that people what am I trying to say here? You are only thinking that because you think that that's what you should think. But really, you filled out the application. You went for the award. There was a chance you were going to win. So deep down, you really wanted to win this award. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gone to the trouble of writing the application. So, darn the self-promotion and just do it. Your community, your audience, your followers, your likers, they really want to congratulate you and tell you how proud they are. So give them that opportunity. And the people who think you're full of yourself or you're full of it for talking about these sorts of things, then two things: they're either simply jealous or they're not your people. So that's okay. You know what to do with those people? Give them to your competition. So awards are about leveraging the award. Whether you win or not is not really the point. Like I said at the very start, most of what you'll get out of an award will be what you get out of filling out the application and really realizing how far you've come. If you are a finalist, if you are a winner, if you are second or third, then you need to leverage that. You need to get a return back for the energy you put into that award-winning application. Awards have credibility. Awards have a long shelf life, like I said. So if you win, it has a long shelf life. You should leverage it for as long as you possibly can. So my suggestion would be that you go to the show notes, which were at socialmediamarketing.com.au, and get the show notes and turn them into a bit of a checklist and tick off the suggestions one by one as you leverage your win or your runners up or your third or your finalists. And remember, winning isn't everything, like I keep saying. Whether you've won, whether you're a finalist, second, third, you need to leverage this. Most certainly. You can do this. Push down the imposter syndrome and get over the what will they think, and sing loud and proud about your win and how amazing your business is, because it is amazing. Someone else has also confirmed that it is amazing by making you a finalist, by making you a winner, by saying that you've come second or third or whatever that might be. If you need a chat or you need some encouragement, then head into my Like-Minded Business Owners Facebook group, put a post up there, tag me, and I will encourage and nudge you all the time that I have. You've got this. Again, you need to make applying for awards part of your marketing strategy. Put it on the list and make time for doing it. If you need to chat about this type of strategy, then book in a discovery call. You can do that by going to my website, and, on the front page in the first section, there is a thing to book a discovery call with me. Of course, my website is socialmediamarketing.com.au, or come to the show notes and there is my calendar link in there. But let's continue the chat about applying for awards in my Like-Minded Business Owners Facebook group. And if you've won an award lately, or you've come runners up, or you've come third, or you've become a finalist, then I want to see it in there. I want my audience to cheer you on. So make sure you go and do that. I will be watching for that for sure. But that's it for another episode of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. I'm so sorry about my voice. I'm sorry that if it sounds a bit pausey. I've had to pause this a lot while I cough and clear my throat and have a drink of water. So I do apologize for that. But I will see you next week, hopefully bright, shiny, and with a better voice for episode 198. Episode 200 is just so close. And look, I think I need to have a party to do episode 200 because I can't believe that I'm talking about the fact that I've done almost 200 episodes of this podcast. But in the meantime, if we're not already hanging out on social, let's get social on social. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and my favorite, LinkedIn. And of course, I'm just basically Jen Donovan on all of those. But whatever you do, remember, my small business peeps, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small.
No time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yorta Yorta people, on which I record this podcast and conduct my business today, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend this respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today as well.